Well, something spooky is going on at the New York Botanical Garden in the Bronx. Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas has taken it over.
It's a light trail that is giving fans a chance to walk among favorite characters from the popular movie with scenes and songs coming to life. The spectacular is going on now through November 30th.
And joining us now to tell us more about the experience is Broadway producer Jeffrey Seller. Jeffrey, thanks so much for being here this morning, decked out in your Tim Burton t-shirt.
Good morning. It's so great to be here on this beautiful fall day.
Yes.
I rode my bike here. I was looking at all the leaves and thinking about how beautiful the New York Botanic Garden is at this time of year.
So let's talk about this, because the Nightmare Before Christmas light trail is making its world debut at the Botanical Garden right now. What should people expect to see if they attend?
We had this idea, wouldn't it be fun to take your favorite characters, Sally, Oogie Boogie, Jack Skellington, and place them outside in one of the most beautiful gardens in the world.
I mean, look at the video we're seeing.
The lighting.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Jeffrey.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
And then you get to be among, like, you're not just watching it on a screen, you're in it. You're in the middle of it, and you're outdoors. It's nighttime. It is a little bit spooky, and the lighting creates the most amazing images on all the trees and on the bark and on the tree trunks. And you just look up and you see so many amazing images that you get when you combine nature with what we can do with human lighting.
I'm so curious how you got involved. Someone known for producing Broadway shows. Was it an interest that you had that sparked this idea, or how did you?
Well, I have a funny history with this movie, which is that before I'd ever produced any Broadway shows, before I'd produced Rent when I was 31 years old, a friend of mine invited me 2 years, the year before I turned 30 years old, to go to a movie set for the first time in my life when I was nobody. And the movie set we went to was where they were making a claymation movie of a new Tim Burton concept called The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh,
so when I was
wow.
28 years old, I actually went to the set and saw all those little characters. And then a year and a half later, on my 29th birthday, we went, all my friends and I, to the opening night of Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas when I was 29 years old.
That's amazing. So in many ways, this is a full circle moment. First of all, you were always somebody, okay, Jeffrey?
Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I'm just wondering, when you go through this immersive exhibit, are people who maybe have little ones who can kind of get a little bit overwhelmed, are they going to be okay going through?
Oh, yeah. When you know, it's a little bit spooky. Of course, we have the fun fog machines and the cobwebs. But in fact, if you bring your little toddlers, they're just going to have such an amazing time running through all the lights and the smoke and the leaves.
Oh.
It's a really fun way to have a family experience.
Nice.
So I guess the common thread would be immersive experiences. I mean, you mentioned Rent and Hamilton, and you are a professional at making people forget where they are broadly. When you go to the Botanic Garden right now and you see this event and you walk through this light show, I mean, you're going to forget where you are in sort of all the right ways. Would you say that's the common thread between what you've done?
I love it's such a great idea. You're hitting the nail on the head, which is, can we in the theater transport you? Can we transport you visually? Can we transport you orally? Can we transport you emotionally? And that's what we try to do with this new experience that's outdoors. I mean, one of the most amazing things that happened to me on the first night that we did it was we were walking through the exhibit, and as we were leaving, an entire family of bats, the real thing, went by
Not
us.
part of this light show.
No. And there are lots of bats in New York City.
Unpaid volunteers.
Exactly.
For the concept.
Can you believe it?
Wow, there
I
you
didn't
go.
even have, and they're not even in the union.
Yeah, you did something right, Jeffrey. Well, it's such a pleasure to have you here. It looks terrific. It's such a tremendous accomplishment. Thanks so much for being here, Jeffrey.
Happy fall.
Thank you, Jeffrey.
Yes.
And the light trail, as we mentioned earlier, going on now through November 30th at the Botanic Garden in the Bronx. Tickets start at $39. We'll be right back.